in front of my house. Matter of fact, you ain't even got to pull up in front of my house. Pull up in front of the motherfucking precinct and let's bang out. Right down the block. You know where it's at. You study my whole neighborhood. Or pull up in front of the Kmart and let's bang out and let's do it on camera. I throw my life away and you throw your life away right now. Right now. Let's do it for the camera. Right now. And if you win, I'll make sure I got like $70,000 in my pocket. If you body me, you can take the money. Right now. I hate you, nigga. Let's die. Pull up in front of my house. Matter of fact, you ain't even got to pull up in front of my house.
I saw that and I thought that was fucking crazy. I don't even know who he's talking to. That's Hassan Campbell. He's like an internet personality. I don't even know what that's over. But it was funny. It was funny. In any event, I got a question that I shouldn't be asking. I should be sleeping, but that didn't work out. Are we live? I said, are we live? Looks like we are. Vigilante Wednesday here on another episode, 162nd episode, VW Casual. Expecting almost no turnout. But I couldn't sleep. I came in, I had to run an errand after work, but you know, I worked late on the week. Got to get up early, got to be at work in like 6 hours, 7 hours. So this ain't going to be the longest stream, even if anyone hears it. You know, I get it if people late. I wish I still had that same discoverability for my phone. I thought about streaming from my phone. I did want to test out these games. I was like, you know what, this is these actually older games. I remember Happy Wheels, but Level Devil I'll never play. I've seen people play it. Some troll games, may start adding that. I wanted to talk about something I've talked about and something that's been a catalyst for this entire channel, and that's the end of corporate entertainment. Warner Brothers. It was up in the air who was going to buy it. A lot of people had thought Paramount and Larry Ellison, who had some connection to the Trump thing, might have gotten a shot. Saudi Arabia was apparently involved, and Amazon was rumored to be involved. But Netflix owns Warner Brothers. That includes Warner Brothers Games. That includes an incredible list of IP. Just an unreal list of IP from DC Comics, the entirety of DC Comics. There's Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Arrow, you name it. The entirety of Cartoon Network, Johnny Bravo, which I don't know why, I remember Johnny Bravo, Pop-Up Girls, to Adult Swim, to all that content. Ed, and Eddie, for those older, you know what I mean? I'm thinking of my generation. But they made a lot of stuff since, you know. You'll maybe my brother's generation, Foster Imagination. What was it, Foster's House for Imaginary Friends? I don't know what they do recently, but I mean, it was such a big part of a lot of people's childhood. Cartoon Network. Speaking of, if you go a generation back, older, you got Hanna-Barbera also under the Warner umbrella. That's the Jetsons, Flintstones, Scooby-Doo. Hey, Sentient, appreciate you being here. Always cool if you're here. You missed my existential panic attack, which I didn't do on stream, but I just had an existential panic attack about music. I'm like, does anybody care? But at the same time, we're seeing corporate entertainment just really die a death. And so I'm like, okay, I'm not going to put so much pressure on myself. I'm just write as I write, finish this project. You know what really happened? I signed up for ASCAP like a month ago. And apparently all it was, and I was like, what the fuck is my issue? I don't have my stuff signed up for ASCAP. I do have stuff copywritten. My first album's copywritten, but I do not have it. The publishing, it doesn't exist, and I'm trying to wait. I'm signed up as a writer. I'm waiting to be signed up as a company, and apparently it's just something I had to sign. I had to call them and figure that out. But that just led to just me just panicking, and I don't know why. I like driving today. I'm like, I just had a panic attack, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? It wasn't severe. It wasn't like a severe debilitating one, but it was a legit panic attack. And music is part of it. It's not just music. I have family. I don't know if I talked about it on here. I did have a loss in the family earlier in the week, and they want me to edit together all these pictures and which I'm in the process of doing and editing the video, and that's difficult too. I've done that before, which is why they want me to do it. And that's difficult too. So that these both things, it's not just the music thing. It was just the music thing, and trying to buy a house, or rather than I should do that. These are the three things that are giving me fucking stress. Oh, and work too. So these four things: the loss, house / future / lease should I renew, music, and just the crazy because I want people to hear this shit. So I told myself, okay, because then I got all these fucking hustle, loyalty, respect. Shout out to John Cena, but these hustle gurus, they tell you, oh, post something every day, post something every day, post something every day. So then I feel guilty when I don't post stuff, and I say, you know what? Fuck all that. I like music. I'm going to make music. This company, if it makes money, cool. The point was just to formalize something I'm going to do anyway. Let me stop putting pressure on myself. It's supposed to be an escape. If I don't get the project out by the end of the year, no one's going to care. If it comes out January, that's fine. Or whenever. It shouldn't take too much longer. However long it takes, it fucking takes. Because I want it to be good. Let me just take my fucking time. Do the best I can. Do the best I can with everything. Right? With the fucking family stuff, with the thing, houses, that's another thing. But then I keep wondering, is the bubble going to burst? And speaking of bubbles, that kind of goes into this AI thing now. So I was planning on next year, thinking, oh yeah, I'll build a new PC. And just a few weeks ago, before the parts went crazy, I was like, oh, maybe start buying piece by piece for a new PC. But now, because of the demand for AI and these data centers, companies are not going to make all the parts, including storage and RAM and stuff like that, for PCs. They'd rather make it for data centers. And it's like, man, this AI thing is a complete fucking bubble. Everything tells you it's a fucking bubble. There's only a few companies passing around the same fucking money. Nobody's really doing shit with the AI of any fucking use. AI is not the reason they're laying people off. That's a fucking lie. Those robots can barely fucking stand. They are overrating the shit out of where AI is right now. And they're putting the whole economy on the line for it, as far as the S&P and everything. It's all the stock. So this AI, I'm wondering when that fucking bubble's going to burst. When we talk about economics, that's not something that's giving me anxiety, but you're just like, what the fuck? What is going on with this shit? Because I haven't seen AI's societal impact yet, outside of some fucking memes. Okay, we got Charlie Kirk memes. You know what I mean? Who gives a shit? Rest in peace to him, but you know what I'm saying? What the fuck? That's all we've gotten is a bunch of stupid fucking memes. And AI, Diddy Pixar movies and shit. We don't got a fucking thing of worth, but they're putting everything behind AI. It's gonna pop like the .com bubble, and we're gonna be left holding the bag. It's gonna be a fucking nightmare. Speaking of bubbles popping, Warner Brothers sold to fucking Netflix. A lot of people are worried it's gonna be the end of movies. It doesn't have to be. The AI is about the security state. Which I don't necessarily disagree, but what do you mean by, in what way is it about the security state? Hey, isn't the girl? I didn't think no one show up. Appreciate you guys showing up. But I don't see its commercial value yet. I know it will have one, but I just don't see that it is advanced enough. I think the few practicalities it has so far, music, obviously, there's a passive fan base of music who will take AI generated slop. They don't care. That's cool. You have people in academics to pass their classes. And I mean, maybe you have some visual stuff, but the visuals are not there. The layoffs are happening because they can. The layoffs are happening because companies, because the same reason the price of eggs went up because of alleged bird or it was like a chicken virus or something, but it didn't affect as much. But it went up way more. It was only affected like 20%, but it went up like 100% because they know the perception is that AI is going to take people's jobs. And I'm not going to say there's not a single job taken by AI. That would be strong. But because the perception is there and because there's money to be saved, a lot of companies are laying off. The layoffs are from the lack of economic stimulation. The layoffs are why they have to lie about Black Friday and Cyber Monday. We don't have the money as normal consumers, and we're not spending the money. So it's but why do that if it's terrible for the economy? They do a lot of shit that's terrible for the economy. That's terrible for the gut. Why not? The same reason they don't pay wages. You know, that would be better for the economy if they started to raise the wages across the board, right? Because we have more disposable income. We have and we would spend more. Palantir. Yeah, Palantir. Yeah, that's true. They sink the money into it, just merge with the security state surveillance. They don't have to be commercially viable on the state. That's true. That's true. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. But yeah, a lot of jobs, and listen, I say this, I don't know how effective the Amazon bots are, right? I'm going off of any other thing when I see robotics. It just doesn't look up there. Maybe the Amazon bots, maybe they're real, maybe they really are having an impact. But the second people try to use AI to have to I don't think we'll have AI restaurants, right? Or AI, I say fast food places, where McDonald's is just some AI, and the computer cooks the food, serves the food, everything. It comes right to you. They have that motto. They wanted to get there. I just don't think it's there. Now, listen, does that mean it's always going to be the case? Does that mean 15 years from now they won't be there? I don't know. But it's not that I can't see it in the long term, but I just think it's overrated for where they are, what they've demonstrated in the short term, right? And this is not AI will never rise up. This is AI has not risen up. A lot of people are laying people off. There's not, the job market is a nightmare, an absolute nightmare. There aren't enough jobs. And I just think that a lot of that AI shit is an excuse for the bullshit. But I mean, shit. Let me see if I can find. They had an AI McDonald's concept. I'm not sure if they ever used it. But I mean, the second you talk to an AI, give me 18,000 orders. You know what I mean? Oh, it's actually they got one in Texas. Let me see. Huh. So, I mean, every company is going to try to use AI. So I don't want to just totally say, oh, there's nothing to it. No one's going to use. Don't let me over exaggerate. But I feel like they are overselling where AI currently is, and they're overselling it by a lot. And I think they want to adopt AI. They want to replace us. Um, and like I said, certain companies need to replace, need a reason to lay off, so they'll use AI as an excuse. But I don't. Yeah. I'm trying to, as I talk, I'm looking over this article. It's talking about AI being in as a part of or being integrated into McDonald's, but it's not talking about a AI only McDonald's. AI enabled drive-throughs, AI powered tools to make sure orders are accurate. I don't know. I don't know. Listen, I don't want to undersell it either. But hey, Zach, short term, it's a massive power supply issue. It's a massive power supply. Like we were talking earlier with the fucking even the computer power supply and quality of life supply. They want to put these places, because it evaporates water. Like the water, apparently, the water doesn't come back. So when they use water, it's gone. You know what I'm saying? So it's it's the resource dump for what we get out of it. It just doesn't seem to be adding up. And unless nuclear is widely adopted in conjunction with these data centers, I don't see how we're going to have enough energy to cover it. I don't see how. And I'm not an expert on these things, but it seems like basic stuff. It's not going to work. I have seen that a lot of fast food joints taking the dining rooms out. Hey, we got the ghost kitchen concept. And if I didn't say hi to Zach's, how can I say hi to Zach's? And I'll see whatever Ascension has for later. I'll just hold it. Nuclear takes a decade or two to roll out. Well, they should have been, they had the last decade. It's not like AI. I mean, AI has been something that has existed on some level for years. I remember when they had AI writing articles. You know what I mean? That's not something new, having AI write things. They had AI writing articles in 2014, 2015, because I remember that was like a hustle to try to be a writer through Fiverr and then use this AI to write out articles. Now, yeah, they are putting stuff up now. In 10 years, it could be a threat. Yeah, I don't want to undersell it or oversell it. I feel like it's being oversold, especially with the jobs thing, and where it is as far as where it is as far as what it's capable of doing. I'm sure there are some high-level corporate accounting, high-level corporate things that it is helpful with. Like, if I can imagine, if you're I'm sure it helps inventory for Amazon. I don't know if they have AI robots that are capable of doing all of the acts that a human does. By the way, there's also a given lie to all of this. Robots don't get tired. That is not true. That's technically true. They do not get tired, but they do have wear and tear. And robots are not cheap to deal with the wear and tear. So you have to get robots to the point, if you're talking about physical labor now, to the point where they can handle the wear and tear that a human body can handle. And handle the function that a human body can handle. Because if not, then they become impractical. If the robots are the same level as the robots that could barely fucking walk without getting knocked over, and you have your whole warehouse by these robots, you have a problem. Now I get you might have maybe some of the vehicles move stuff along. I'm not saying there's no roles to replace, but like I worked at an Amazon, right? And I wasn't an expert on every little element. I'd only worked there like 6, 7 months, whatever it was. Shout out to South Carolina. Took a lot of humans, a lot of work. I don't see how you can replace all of them. I really don't. But you're right. It's being oversold because they need tons of investment. And they're getting it. They're getting it. A lot of finance has been automated. Job loss huge there. I see. They're just starting to get to the investment stage. That may be a little bit worse. Advancing through the military, causing the world to destabilize it. See, I don't want to undersell it. But I just haven't seen that it's ready for prime time. I haven't seen, maybe if you show, but we'll never get like books. I would need to know the maintenance costs of like a robot facility. And that compare, and listen, if it does compare out better than humans, and one day it undoubtedly will, obviously, and then that wide adoption level is going to be scary. And maybe that's 10 years out, right? But yeah, I feel that that's another thing. You're right. Other things we need to accelerate that haven't happened yet. Like I said, there's not the power source thing, the resources thing that's burned by these data centers. That's got to be something that's figured out. I think more municipalities and probably a little locally, everybody should be fighting these data centers getting put up. Everybody and their mom should be trying to get rid of these things because they're a benefit to no one locally, and they just create I'm not a climate change. Well, I'm not some big nature guy. I'm not fucking Poison Ivy out of Batman. But if you really want to fuck up your local environment, put a bunch of data centers. Systems just became too complex for banking on AI as a solution. Yeah. I mean, workers may be messy, but workers have workers' joints and bodies regenerate. If a robot, well, if a worker gets sick, he can come back the next day. If a robot gets sick, where parts have to be fixed, that is guaranteed cost and repairs. And the long term, if everybody hires robots, who's going to buy anything? But you're right. From their worldview is, the workers. The workers, they get sick, they get tired. Robots don't. Robots wear down, especially when they're not. Yes, you will get to a point where you have high-powered robots that are capable of that productivity. I just haven't seen if they exist yet. And yeah, the entirety of the Industrial Revolution, don't get me wrong, we've used robotics to simplify processes in the job. Yes, you talk about making a car in the 70s where, there was a lot more people involved and there's been a lot more computers the past 20 years. Yeah, that's true. Good luck selling those cars. That's another can of worms. That again, if nobody can afford it, who are you going to sell this shit to? Good luck selling those cars. And good luck if you do buy one of these cars that have a computer in it. And enjoy being controlled. And then there's other things, the Waymo thing, those self-driving cars, which I don't know how anybody can trust one of those things. I have no fucking idea how somebody with good sense can say, hey, I'm going to sit in I can't do it. There's nothing you could do to get me to sit in the back of a fucking car that has no person in it and let it drive me somewhere. I can't do it. Drone is terrifying. Shout out to the Winter Soldier. If you remember, the whole plot was them having an AI to take out trust a self-driving car more than that's mean. Leave them alone. No, I can't trust no self-driving car. Honestly, we're talking surface streets. Are they much worse than human drivers? I get that humans suck. Don't get me wrong, but I just can't do it, man. I can't do it. I just can't. And listen, I've been in a fucking I've been not in an accident, but we were on vacation and the fucking car caught fire that we were in. That was like an Uber or a Lyft or something. And it caught fire. So I get, geez, caught fire in Infernos, I guess. It wasn't a Jeep though. It was a regular. I mean, that sounds mean. Stop being racist. Hey, Super Bowl Z83. So I don't know who you are, but you have a wrench. So I appreciate you being here. But I don't remember what your original name is because of fucking YouTube. Decepticon King. I do remember Decepticon King. I appreciate you being here. Hey, Decepticon. It's been a minute. Appreciate you being here. But yeah, of course, because of YouTube's. What, you been busy? Fair enough. Speaking of busy, I'm about to, what is this? Oh, this is the thing I said earlier. Family shit, I get that, man. I'm about to play this Level Devil, which is a kind of a troll game. It says it's not a troll game, but it's lying. Does it have sound? All right, let's just go ahead and play. And because I can talk and play. Right? And I probably want to test. These are actually browser games. Hey. I did not know Markiplier had a Iron Lung movie. Can I move? Okay. Stay at home dad now. Sell comics on Whatnot. Shout out to Whatnot. Oh, fuck. So that's the nature of this game, is to remember the issue. One another thing you don't watch is Whatnot. I heard Whatnot is addicting. Ooh. I heard Whatnot super addicting. Oh shit. In the movies, not in the movie theaters. The cinematic experience, man. So that's something I noticed by talking about it. A lot of people don't care about the cinematic experience. I care. I still like the cinematic experience. But a lot of people could give a fuck less. A lot of people could give a fuck less. Oh, shit. I love going to the movies. But, I mean, I don't see how you... Oof. Movie theaters are going away. The pandemic was the first blow. First a minute. Well, you can argue when the prices started to get crazy, that was the first blow. And then they had too much success the end of the 10s, and that messed up the money scale. They had so many movies go over $1 billion, and that fucked them up. Yep, Netflix bought Warner Brothers. That's why we were talking about it. I put that in the title, and we were talking about AI. But I was talking about that. I didn't expect anybody to show up this late. Expensive, sucky options. I still have a love for going to the movies. I went to see F1 this year. I thought that was fun. I'm not skipping shit, even though we fucking up. What's this? We got ads?
Hi, my name is Justin Brand. I'm a
producer
Jesus.
And a mixing and mastering engineer. This is why we're testing this.
And I spend
building relationships.
Stole your idea for the Green Lantern show.
Adobe Acrobat AI assistant.
Y'all just started. I started about half hour ago.
With clients, getting through the
and I don't know how long I'm gonna go because it's late.
Make or break a deal with AI assistant. I can find
but you were talking about Iron Lung.
Quickly.
Oh, the Iron Lung. Okay. I don't know much about Markiplier.
Having all of this together really helps position myself as an expert, and it gives me that confidence to talk to clients.
Can I skip these ads? Fuck you, Adobe. Everyone pirate Adobe. Fuck them. So shit, I'm missing a bunch of comments. So as I started the game, I'm missing a bunch of comments. It's like it is not like when The Matrix or Austin Powers was in the theaters, or that's the biggest issue, and that's another thing. Streaming does not make any money. The only time Netflix was profitable was the pandemic, when they didn't have to pay production costs. So everything's banking into streaming, and streaming doesn't make money. Oof, that's tough. Everything is banking into streaming, and streaming doesn't make money, and all these different companies want their own streaming service, and oops. Oh jeez. I don't jump that high. Oh, that's not gonna work. That's the gimmick. But that monopoly, and you're right, they are banking on becoming a monopoly. But I don't know that works. Like, is Uber, how profitable is Uber? I know Airbnb apparently is starting to fall off. Okay. So I must. Not being profitable. Yeah, they want to corner. I do get that concept, but part of the thing is, one, you got a lot of big players. You got Netflix, who's a big player. You got Amazon, who's a big player. Just between those two, and then obviously you had Warner Brothers and Disney and Paramount. But just between those two, and maybe it does become a binary monopoly between Amazon and Netflix. I don't know. Uber has their eats and seats, fair enough. But yeah, Uber loses a ton of money. I don't think that's the thing. I don't think these properties are going to ever. I don't know if this is ever going to become profitable. I think that some things are just, Pandora never became profitable. Pandora Radio, which I think still exists, and my music may be on. Who the fuck knows? Shout out to United.
Yeah, if you're in a
Masters.
bedroom somewhere creating music, like you're kind of on your own. It's a lonely place to be.
Yeah, artists
Shut
were
up.
telling us they were like alone.
Shut up. I'm so sick of this shit. That is a good question. What the hell does happen to Six Flags? Yeah, too big to succeed. I like that. Too big to succeed. It's supposed to be too big to fail. It's too big to succeed. Or we get K-pop at Six Flags, maybe. What's going to happen to Warner Brother Games? Are they going to keep a game company for Netflix? You know what I mean? What are they going to do with a video game company? Oops, messed that one up. Not to mention people are writing streamers. Yeah, streaming shows as audio dramas to only be played in the background for passive audiences. So that's an intentional lowering of quality of product, right? But I heard that's the thing. Well, we expect that the people who are watching streaming, as I fucked that up, are on their phones and doing other things and being distracted. As social media is starting to die, because people are starting to get off of it. But whatever. That we think they're doing social media, so now we're making worse product on streaming. I don't see how this works. I never saw how streaming is going to work long term, right? And that was always the idea behind streaming is let's get profitable. Let's be the big fish in town. Once we're the only fish, then we'll make our money. And that's what Wall Street has been pushing up. It's just content. It's a big gamble. But that's the thing. There's a lot of the stock market doesn't make traditional sense.
On your own. It's a
Let
lonely
me turn
place
this
to
down.
be.
Yeah,
Jesus
artists were telling us
Christ.
they were like alone and they were like releasing
Shut
their
up.
music and they didn't know who to reach out. But when they were
Shut up.
Yeah, if you're in a bedroom somewhere creating music,
How many of these
like you're
fucking
kinda on your own.
commercials?
It's a lonely place to be.
yeah, artists were telling us they were
The
like,
shitification won't be stopped. Race swap super. That's the least of my worries. the race swap shit. I'm sure we will get some of that shit. I'm sure it's not. I mean, eventually we're going to get the crossover. It wouldn't shock me if we got a crossover in one of these Marvel movies. Talk about DC and Marvel. We're going to get that crossover on TV. That's why they rekindled the comics. But I'm worried they're going to do so much more. They've already done things that's so much more damaging than race swap. They're gonna make you want race swap Superman. They're gonna make race swap Superman seem like the least of the shit that could go wrong. Oh, Jesus. That's right here. Did the math for $15 a month. $23 a month, 60 million subscribers. You get it one time a month. And that's another thing. What is the value? And this has been a question for streaming the entire time. What's the value of a successful series? How much does Stranger Things actually make? We could tell how much it costs, but how much does it actually make your company? Well, you can tell me how many watch hours. Ooh. You can tell me how many watch hours maybe you used. Oh, sheesh. And how much does it actually cost you? Like, what are you actually getting? You pay out a couple $100 million each season to produce 3 episodes or whatever. People watch the 3 episodes, then what? Merchandise. Stranger Things did have a lot of merchandise. So cool. I heard they start putting ads on car screens since it. I don't have gold. I don't have silver. You know what? I got to get back into silver. I have silver. Almost all my silver is doubled in value. I didn't realize how much silver had went up. It's at like 57. I bought a lot of shit at like 27, 30, 20 something. I want to get in because it's going to go over triple digits. It's going to get, people had said it was going to get to 500 at one point. I got to get back into it. I didn't want to cost leverage app, because I'll be costing up, because every piece of silver I buy now will be way more expensive than any piece I bought previously. But I still want to get in because I think each individual piece is going to be triple digits probably before 2030. First 2 seasons, Stranger Things will go. Things never stay good. They got skateboard. They got skateboards nice. And Netflix. They got Netflix house. They got skateboards now. And they got a Netflix house, I see. So Magic the Gathering. Shout out to Magic the Gathering and Pokemon and comic books and art from the artists. Oh yeah, you see you do Whatnot thing. I can't do Whatnot because I don't have the money to. Last thing I need is an excuse to buy shit. Third was the weekend. I ended up getting a bunch of shit that I didn't need. I never got into the Stranger Things. I mean, I'm a big 80s dude and shit, but I just never got into it. They start combining ads. I did not see that. Alienware commercial has a Bronco in it too. That's crazy. Only watched the first episode years ago. Fair enough. Oops. What the hell? Another ad. I should have did this.
Building relationships is at the heart of what I do. Adobe Acrobat AI assistant
On my ad list,
save me time
what you
to
call it?
also build trust with the clients.
Is the Alienware in the Bronco? Man, I gotta say, I have no desire to buy a new car. Not just from the cost impact,
and it provides prompts for
but it's just like
to ask.
the fact that they're computers, the fact that they have services paywalled, that you don't even own your car when you own your car. It's just like, I don't want to deal with any of that shit. Stop with these commercials. Okay, I know I make music, so you're... Oh, it's opposite day. They will have drones. Projecting ads and following us around. They're going to have ads in our heads at some point. Oh, jeez. That's mentally... Oh, shit. Oh, Jesus. I only purchase and drive used cars. Yeah, you're smart too. I think I'm going to be in that boat myself. Shit. This is Level Devil. It's like an old... I think it might have started out as a Flash game. I don't know how old it is. Oh, Jesus. Oh, jeez. Neuralink projected commercials. I'm sure that if they could do it, they will. Uh, 80s future was way. Yeah, the future we got promised in the 80s was way cooler than what we got. Oh, jeez. Oh, they keep flipping over. Sheesh. Dolph Lundgren has a new movie on Netflix called The Rap. I'm going to watch it. Commercial on a refrigerator screen. That's crazy work. Advertise, advertise, advertise. This is why I'm going to, when I finally finish a music video, I'll be doing this advertising stuff too, because that's what the kids want. Oops. Jesus. I'm just playing on PC. I'm playing in a browser. This is a browser game. This is I'll drop the link. Well, Jesus. That's why I keep showing me ads. 2 years ago, Death Battle did an incident. Doctor Who versus Rick from Rick and Morty. I haven't watched Death Battle in a while. Neuralink subscription for $50 to access control your limbs and long-term memory. Shit, if they can sell it, they will. Oops, went too far in the other direction. Groover is something I used to try to get my music on more playlists. So they keep trying to sell me more of it. Are you planted on Steam? Or so it's the other site. What is this site called? Pokey.com. I think only this part matters. If you just Google Level Devil, I saw other people on stream playing it. It's in the browser, and I don't have ad block on. Hence what we're doing. Oh shit. Let's see. Back up your fondest memories, yeah. And like I said, memory is now super expensive, like RAM and shit, because of AI. At the end of that movie, AI steals a guy's body after going on a killing spree. Holy shit. What movie are you talking about? The movie Upgrade. I never heard of it. Oh, gotta act fast. Can't double jump. Upgrade came out when I was 16. Fair enough. As a comic book came out past Wednesday called Ordained, should pick it up. It's going to be made into a movie with Colin Farrell. I know what Colin Farrell was. The Penguin guy. That's crazy to think of that. I just remember when he was just a regular actor.
Compare two different versions of the same document for key changes.
Concept has been around in the 80s, that type of story. Someone is building Skynet. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, Palantir is the I guess the ideal Skynet thing. Jesus Christ, Adobe and all this stuff. I mean, we see all this marketing trying to tell us the AI is going to be awesome. Use AI for everything. They definitely want a larger AI adoption. I still feel like AI is not ready. I still don't really get the greatest. I haven't been getting the greatest benefit from AI. Personally, it's to me, it's just a hyped up Google search. You know, it can be fun. We've talked to it on stream. Ooh. I do not like the idea of having AI in my body. Oh, that got me. I just fucked that up. And sorry if I missed something in the chat. It seems, I did not expect that great of a turnout this late, and I'm glad to have you guys. Salesmen never tell the buyers negative in the product. No. Yeah, they totally have dropped that global warming, net zero, because they know they can't. The AI will never get them there. They have to. They need that shit for AI. They need tons of energy. AI legitimately scares me about its impact on the environment. Oh, you gotta. Oh, that's crazy. Uh-oh. Let me click that. There's nothing to. Oops. I click this. Oh, sheesh. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, come on. So this is some of the stupid stuff I saw online. And here we go. Got to build relationships with Adobe Acrobat. Who? Nobody works. There's no jobs. We can't get a job. So who is this for? We can't make money. We can't make money. We can't buy any of this shit. We're broke. We're broke. The economy's crashed out. What are you Why are you selling me this? I can't even afford this if I want it. If I say, you know what? I want this bullshit Adobe AI shit. I can't fucking afford it. But you got vaguely sounding hip hop shit and two light skinned brothers, so I'm just gonna give you fuckers money. Fuck out of here. And fuck shoe stores. Fuck them. Thank God nobody buys shoes anymore. I hope Nike falls off a fucking cliff. I got a line. This fucking same place that high cost brands are made in the same places that the fakes are. Fuck them. Yeah, Adobe Acrobat is bullshit, which is why it's better off to fucking pirate the shit. Fuck Adobe. Is it good for picking out fruit at the grocery store? At least it could do something. Jesus. Yeah, they're the free PDF readers. Fuck Adobe. Fuck Photoshop. Fuck. Oh, jeez. How did I jump over that bitch? Fuck all they products. Fuck Adobe. Oh. I'm talking about corporation. Yeah, it's like $50 a month or some shit. But a lot of people just fucking crack it. Oh, I think I know what I'm supposed to do. Which I would, I don't use it. But if you did, I would encourage you crack it. It scares you. Japan to open up nuclear reactor that they burned down a couple years ago. They're opening up 3 Mile Island. So they are opening up nuclear stuff. Well, I knew they were going to, but it is weird that they're maybe not using the most modern tech. Jesus. Microsoft 360. Yeah, I'm not using this. Just, you got GIMP. And then, there's a alternative. Like, I don't use Adobe Audition. I use DaVinci Resolve. If you sell an Illustrator, you can use Inkscape instead of Photoshop, GIMP, as Tree Rock mentioned. Open Office. Hell, even Google Docs. I mean, shit. It used to be an Open Office guy back in the day. But now with Google Docs, you can do a lot of that shit done for free. I mean, I don't, I use Microsoft shit at work. But I have no. Everybody's saying this, but in Texas, it's not that bad. Least here in Roy City. Yeah, I'm not getting killed for my electric. I'm not getting killed. And he groceries at HEB. Yeah, they're a little cheaper. Shout out to HEB. Shout out to HEB. You can do worse at HEB. Only reason I have Microsoft Office to school cloud-based, fair. Modern nuclear is a very advanced security. Yeah, that's the thing they're using to reopen old ones. It's like, huh? That's what everybody's afraid of. Is the old ones. They have this bread there. Buy it for your sons. Only got 5 ingredients. Really? What type of bread is? I go to HEB all the time. Not that bad in Texas yet. Don't scare me. I do like Texas. I don't know if it's going to be my long-term stay, but it's going to at least be my decent short-term stay. If you buy it at Walmart or Sprouts, it's $52.10. What type of shout out to DC Shoes. Yeah, nobody wants a nuclear plant right off VCR. What's the name of the bread? Cause I need it. Shit. I'm in Texas. I'm in the Houston area. And you know, I'm trying to get healthy. Oh Jesus, fucked up. Does DC still make stuff in America? I don't know. Maybe they do. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, gang. I'm going to have to lock in, gang. Lock in, twin. And as I fall to my death immediately. See, man, AAA gaming, that's something else that's dying. AI is actually killing that. Because we just talked about, or I talked about earlier, about the RAM memory issue. Because a lot of these companies are now just making stuff for AI servers, and so they don't want to make consumer level stuff. Well, that memory is not just computer memory; it's also console memory. So games, which are already overpriced, and by the way, we don't get that many games because all the major studios have consolidated and corporated out. So we don't get that many games. They cost too much. The consoles do, and now they're going to cost even more. And don't forget the tariffs on top of it. And they're not even that good. So indie games are going to be the only game in town economically because most people are not going to have a system. You know, there's people who are trying to preserve their fucking PS4 that sounds like a fucking jet when it takes off. Every time they turn it on, they're still trying to preserve it because that's all they got economically. That's just where we are. So I don't see how games last if this memory thing is going to be a thing because the expense for what you're getting out of modern gaming, the math ain't mathing. Oh, Jesus. That's dope that Steam is making the companies disclose that. But, I mean, everyone's paying Skyrim from 2011 has been mining so much. Also, nobody at the company's efficient programmers. Yeah. A lot of junk code that takes up memory. That's been a thing they talk about, too, is how big these games are and how you got to make such a choice. And a lot of it is, you know. Lord, no, I'm sick of hearing this as a complaint. Well, you know, we'll just say incompetent programmers. Like, we'll just use non-efficient programmers. But there's an initial set. I'm going to leave alone. So, indie games are going to kind of be the only game in town. They kind of already are. How many times do we got to see this ad? I'm not going to buy a fucking Volvo, big dog. The fuck? Got nothing left. That's nothing. I don't buy. This is a freemium game. This is free with the ads. As you can see how annoying they are. And I haven't really bought. I'm trying to get back into indie games. I may even play one or play some here. Oh, fuck. I don't know if you guys ever remember a game called V. It was called VVVVV. It's one of the hardest fucking games. Oh, yeah. And oh yeah, what was the bread? It's a white bread that's crustless. What's the name of the brand? It's a crustless bread. I only got 5 ingredients. I know I was trying to get like this fucking Ezekiel bread, but that shit is like frozen bread. And it was good and shit, but it was expensive as shit. And I'm like, man, I can't afford this. I'm not living this good. Oh, jeez, didn't jump. Huge trend. There is a huge one dude studio indie game. That's how we got Vampire Survivors, amongst others. I think even that one shotgun game I used to play, Shotgun Roulette, was a one studio guy. Have this older indie game, which there may have been some furry-ishness to it. But it was actually a pretty fun game. And I forgot the name of the game and the developer. Oh, Jesus. It was one man. I was going to talk about another indie game that you guys may or may not remember if Zach is still here, but I don't want to bring it up. But it was a one-man game. I don't know. It's in a clear bag. I see it's blue around the front. Okay. I'm sorry for badgering you. I'll look for it. I got 22, got up 2260, got up to 226 or whatever. Just completely stop eating. Eat like half a sandwich every other day. Fasting will do it. I'd rather support Hello Games release than buy another AAA game.
Adobe Acrobat AI Assistant.
Hello Games, you know, they had their infamous thing, but they did what AAA companies don't do. They fixed the problem. I still feel I've never bought that No Man's Sky because of it. And same with Cyberpunk. I'll never forgive you for if you would just said your early access the first couple years, I'd have had no problem with it. I would have no problem with it. I support that fucking Undisputed shit because they said they were in early access. That's all Hello Games actually had to do looking back. This were released. This is our early access rollout. And then as time would have went on, as they would have developed stuff, they would have had the same. They've been a much better solution. I get that we get worse from games, but I just still feel like I can't forgive them. Same with Cyberpunk, CD Projekt Red. Oh, I knew it was something. Most of the games of the year were the big hitters, were indie games. Like the one we sold drugs. I did see that one, which I forgot what it was called. And then I actually did play Declare Obscure on stream, which I meant to play more of that game, at least off stream. I didn't think it was the right one for. But no, there's this game where it was like a realistic drug sim. I forgot what the fuck it was called. Like a drug dealing sim, basically. Believe it or not. Jesus. Medieval bread was nutritious. Shout out to that. They are spamming the shit out of these ads. Next time I'll try to ad list browser. The one with ad block. I'm so far ahead I don't want to go backwards now. Shit. It kept crashing. Damn it. I thought I jumped over it. The Silk Song crash? I haven't played Silk Song. Shit. Hollow Knight. I never beat the original Hollow Knight. I have it. I never beat it. I beat Shovel Knight a bunch of times, but it's a lot easier of a game. And shout out to the original makers of Shovel Knight. They spent so many years supporting that game that with different reissue playing through as the boss characters probably delayed them because it was one of those crowdfunded games, and they wanted to honor every crowdfunded thing, which I believe they did. They went above and beyond. So if you paid for that one price, and yeah, I'm sorry about these fucking ads. Maybe you'll buy Adobe, and I'm not even getting paid for all these ads. I'll make no dimes, 0 dimes for all these ads being shown on my fucking stream. Fuck them.
Adobe Acrobat.
Fuck Adobe. Who the fuck? Fuck you. We'll just use a free reader. Fuck them. Adobe. Shut up. I might just stop this and just try to play Happy Wheels halfway. And if we gotta play this over, we just try to play these levels over. I don't give a fuck. I'm starting to not give a fuck. But oh shit. And I keep fucking up by dying because it's after so many deaths. Oh, fuck off. Yeah, fuck Adobe Acrobat. Believe this shit. Damn it. Y'all know I'm not the most skilled motherfucker, too, so that'll help. Thank you. Fuck James Gunn. What in the fuck is this? We'll see what happens to him, not at Netflix. This is same level over? Is that it? Hold on. Wow. Watching some car review video. He had 16 ads in a 20-minute video. Wow. You about to bounce up? Woke up at 5 a.m. I feel you, man. All right, man. Have a good night. I'm glad to see you back. Don't be a stranger, man. Appreciate you being here. Going on. I think I saw Fizz when we play New Vegas, which I do owe. I owe you that, Fizz. Graphic designers F off, yeah, fucking graphic design. And James Gunn is a fucking creep. I'm always suggesting New Vegas, but did you look up anything about the game? Not really, no. If we're talking as a human, I think James Gunn is worse, believe it or not. Okay. Oh, yeah, there's more stuff. I know that may be hard to believe, but James Gunn's old tweets are not, you know what I mean?
Adobe Acrobat Studio is all new. What can PDF space
Jesus
AI do for your marketing needs in one spot?
How many ads? Is anybody going to use Adobe Acrobat because of this? And I know I'm the guy talking about I'm going to start using ads for my channel. And we all say, well, ads have never influenced me for anything. But as much money is spent on fucking marketing. Volvo's not giving me a dime. Free marketing. More of this girl dad bullshit. Yeah, his old tweets are fucking horrendous. Shout out to the question on Instascam. He, when a lot of that hype for Superman was around, he put up those old tweets. There was a lot of smoke in the DC space, we'll say, because of that. Oh, but fuck that guy. And I know Snyder is kind of a piece of shit, and then you can argue that he used his daughter's suicide as a leverage tool. He's still he still ain't shit. I'll use Adobe Flash. Oh yeah, they did kill Flash, which I think this was a Flash game. They should have never killed Flash. Flash should still be around. They should have kept Flash around forever. Like, what the fuck? There's levels to these scumbaggery, yeah. PDF. I mean the actual photo. Yeah, oh yeah, you probably do need to clarify. Given that we just started talking about Hollywood, right? That's another thing. Does anybody care that movies are dying? Isn't this the easiest era for movies to die in? Where there are no celebrities that you like, really. You know, the death of the Hollywood superstar, the death of good movies. You haven't really probably seen a good movie or like a real good movie in a couple years. I liked F1. It was fun, right? But you know what I mean? A nonce reader, shit. They do got sites so you can check the registered predators in your area. Oof. Movies die, literacy rates go up. No, literacy rates are cooked because our education system is cooked. Absolutely cooked. Oh, come on. You're giving me ads for succeeding now?
It's a lonely place to be.
Yeah, artists were telling us they were like alone and they were like losing their music and they didn't know who to reach out. But when they were reaching out to people,
All these weird
they were not
hipster
getting-
incels. What the fuck? Yeah. Last good movie we saw, I think, was The Senior. Oh, I did. Is that the one with was that Chickless? Yeah, right? Is that the one with Chickless playing a older college student? That I wanted to see. I didn't see it. I might check it out, you know, on the what you call it. That did look interesting. Cause I remember when that story happened. Guy's like 56, 55, something like that. Playing college football as a linebacker. I can't remember. I feel like that guy lasted the whole season. He was at some small school. I thought it was a cool story back when it happened. I think it was like 2008, 2009, 2002. I don't know. Sometime in the 2000s. What's this dude? Oof. Didn't even hear about it? Yeah, it's just listen, I don't want movies to die. I still think that's a great fucking art and storytelling medium. And I don't really want the cinematic experience to die. I don't think streaming is the answer. I still feel like, and I've said this my entire time on YouTube, is, ooh, that was good. Streaming is like what ringtones were to music. It's a stopgap, but it's not the final answer. Now I say that, I don't know that. Ooh, you know, music has its own issues. Though physical media had a return in music, and there is a similar want to have physical media return in movies. There's still a lot of people who, you know, now some people are pirating. I'm not gonna lie to you. Not gonna sugarcoat it. Pirating is a part of it. Oh man, that was creative. But a lot of people are coming up with they're looking for paths to ownership for media, right? Because the streaming thing, when you just want to watch a movie, it's like, okay, what service has this movie or series? And sometimes you can find it, you can rent it on Amazon for $10. Like, no, I want to buy a movie and own it forever. So if I want to watch Home Alone right now or The Christmas Story because it's Christmas time, instead of, which I'm sure you'll be able to find it on one of the 50 streaming services you own, but it's easier when you have the fucking DVD. He probably has. Fuck James Gunn, piece of shit. Movies won't die. I'm hoping Hollywood will. I don't see how the Hollywood system can keep on. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in tech, which, you know, we talked about. I don't see how it can keep on. But they also, the one thing that the tech system has is they have Wall Street. Wall Street is willing to blow money on tech potential where they're not on the Hollywood bullshit. I'm sure he knew the Stain. Just like everybody knew the Dead. did he do it? Shout out to potential victim ? And certified hater Curtis Jackson with his that's slick. With his documentary that's made some waves. Huh. James Gunn's probably a creep. Considering how negatively he writes the insane superhero guy in Super. He's a weirdo. He had a lot of weird tweets that were joking about him kid diddling. He's done a lot of weird stuff with that looks like he's a piece of lover. He's a piece of shit. But he has his fan base because a lot of people like the fucking Guardians of the Galaxy. And so, that's pretty cool. I'll do it again even if I shouldn't. I never seen Super. Is that no, I was thinking of Brightburn. So I was thinking of a totally different movie where it's like a kid, he has Superman powers, but he's evil. I was thinking of Brightburn, not Super, so I haven't seen it and I got it confused with another movie. The movie Gunn made in 2010. Okay. I never saw it. False advertising, white people don't have babies. Well, people don't have babies at all anymore. Right? We're not replacing ourselves on Earth, so he said white people don't have babies. That's crazy word. Oh, fuck. This is pretty cool. Oh, shit. Oh, white people don't have babies. Yeah, but nobody's having kids. Last view, your son is 3 years old, already taught him math. He can read. He can say B's and C, his ABCs. You say he's not going to school, he's going to homeschool. I don't blame you, bro. These kids, and you know something else I'm sick of? You're seeing a lot of and I've been seeing it for some years. A lot of people in the academic community complain about the knowledge of these kids, and I'm thinking, hey, what are you getting a fucking check for? Kids were bad in my generation. Kids were dumb in my generation. There's always going to be dumb kids. There's always going to be smart kids. There's always going to be everyone else in between. Why the fuck, if you're the teacher, why are you complaining about how dumb the kids are? Whose fault is that? Whose fault is that, man? Why don't you help? And why don't you help? Same as Kick-Ass. It's basically same as Kick-Ass. Watch the guy knock off a Bible man after his wife left him for a drug dealing pimp. Decides to become a superhero. What the hell? It seems so weird. Saw Frankenstein 2025 in theater. Thought it was okay. Like Frankenstein more than any other characters, but the critics overrated it. Critics overrate anything now. There's I think part of it is just that fear of the industry falling, or if you're like this website, or what's the dude? Is it Stuckman? Apparently his videos are just ads now. It's Stuckman, not Johns. I always get those two mixed up. But if you're Chris Stuckman, he doesn't even review the movies, and because he's doing movies now and he's trying to make his movies in Hollywood, he doesn't want to review movies. He doesn't want to criticize anything. And he's getting money from these Raid Shadow Legends. So, I mean, I haven't really watched Chris Stuckman. I haven't really watched movie reviews in forever. But shout out to the token white guy. What the fuck? Token white guy plowing somebody's auntie. What is going on here? But yeah, Stuckman. Which, I mean, I guess... Jesus. Hey, thank you for my music. I did stop watching him a while ago too. I stopped watching him when he came out as a Jehovah's Witness. Because where he was raised as a Jehovah's Witness. Which at first, like I said, I was raised as a Jehovah's Witness. I was like, oh man. We got that's cool. Not cool, but okay. He knows. Not a lot of people understand how weird it is, right? And apparently he had a much weirder time than I did. He's like, oh, fuck you. I watched Days of Thunder classic, the F1. F1 was fine. I like the visuals. I do like putting very expensive cameras on very fast cars. It's not a bad idea. But yeah, you're not missing much. Jesus. How the hell do you do this? I can't. Yeah, you figured out as soon as I did. You got to backtrack. Oh, now I'm all skinny. Oh, jeez. Saw Weapons in theater. Also boiled down to a creature feature about a witch. Still pretty good. Yeah, you were the first one to tell us about Weapons, and then there was a lot of hype about it. There was some. Okay. Apparently, Zootopia's made a ton of money. Shout out to the furries. You had the Minecraft movie, which I think was the biggest movie of the year. That Wicked for Good is apparently flopping. It's what happens when you have Skeletor and her girlfriend as the lead. You had stuff like, what the fuck? Oh wow! Like Weapons and Sinners make money, make relative money, right? Oh fuck! Where they made money, made good money, but like again, Hollywood is so used to that, whatever that billion, The end of the 2010s, you had, how many movies get over $1 billion? Especially if you're in a Disney camp. I can't. What? It should go down there. What's going on with Yeah, I had no interest in Wicked either. Yeah, I'm not a big horror movie guy, but Sinners was good. Sinners was good. And I don't know what's going on with these two demons. They OD'ing on Ozempic? It looks like. Yeah, I'm not a musical guy. But apparently they're OD'ing on Ozempic. I don't know what's going on with them. Demon rituals getting too much. I don't know what's going on. They don't look like humans anymore, man. They like the story of Wicked. Yeah, that doesn't help. I didn't need a. I remember when Wicked came out as a play, and there were people talking about it. It's like, you know what? I don't need a sequel to The Wizard of Oz. I never needed more to this story. I was cool with what we got in the 30s. That's good enough. That's good enough for me. We're done. There was a baby when the play came out. I remember when the play came out in the early, the 2000s, and it was like a thing. Cause I was still in school. Some of the weird arty fart kids were talking about it, and I was like, I don't want. This sounds stupid. Just like when I first heard of Hamilton, like that sounds stupid. Confessions of an Ugly Stepsister. Never even heard of that. But it's like I never needed a sequel to Wizard of Oz. Never. Gregory Maguire is the author that wrote them. That's another thing. They only exist because Wizard of Oz is public domain, right? Because old as shit. Is that the only reason they exist? And yes, Netflix has control of Looney Tunes. They have control of... They got control of so many properties. Warner Brothers was never supposed to fail, man. They have so much stuff that they own and control. They were never supposed to control. Oz is public domain, so yeah. Which, Wicked is a great example of a public domain-based property becoming its own property, I guess. But what was I going to say? I don't know, man. I just didn't have the desire to see that shit. Oh, is it too late? Got it. And as far as Netflix, going back to the lead, man, all that Warner Brothers stuff, DC, Mortal Kombat, I'm moving this thing. The film rights to Harry Potter. Looney Tunes, Hanna-Barbera. That's like the Jetsons, Flintstones, Scooby-Doo, all that shit. I think Rick and Morty too, right? Oh, fuck. All Netflix. A company that still hasn't been profitable. Just took $80 billion in debt, which has been the big issue with they keep doing these leveraged buyouts. Shout out to private equity, which is why there was so much debt on Warner Brothers ledger anyway. Like billions of dollars in debt, and now, oof. Ooh, I can't jump over. So I think it's gonna be a fucking disaster, honestly. But we'll fucking see. We'll fucking see. And then I don't think Netflix. I don't even think they're gonna use most of those properties. I think the best way would have been to actually sell those off property by property. Nickelodeon is still owned by CBS, Viacom, Paramount, which they could have owned. Paramount was in the Paramount Skydance was in the running, so they could have been a part of it. So it's very confusing unless you're like some IP wizard, and I'm not even. You know what I mean? But what you call it? They own a lot of. It's Cartoon Network, Turner, DC. Oh Jesus Christ! I can't jump over that. And Looney Tunes. There's a list of it somewhere. All the stuff they get with it, including a video game company, which I don't know what they want to do with that. Not gonna lie, not watching shit these days. Yeah, there's not really shit to watch. There's no fucking. I mean, you guys are watching me do this, which I appreciate you for. But part of that's because entertainment is dead. Entertainment is dead. Culture is dead. Yeah, no, Netherrealm. That's Mortal Kombat and Injustice as far as games. And they own I think the IP behind Mortal Kombat 2. I mean, I just bought Miami Vice. I think that a lot of people are gonna just look to you didn't create a crazy expense behind every damn thing. A lot of people are just gonna look to the past, look to things They didn't. Oh, I didn't see this property. I didn't see this. I didn't see what you call it. Or I didn't watch this. I didn't watch this movie. I didn't play this game. I didn't do whatever. Oh, Jesus Christ. Chats and some streams. That's about it. Yeah, all I watch. Okay, how the hell are you supposed to do this? Okay, get smaller up here. Ooh. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, jeez. I'm doing social media just for this stupid, this shit and music and shit, but, man, I'm just coming to the conclusion now. I had told myself, I knew he was gonna do that shit. You know, because as y'all seen with some of this shit, so much fucking pressure on people who do music on social media, and I don't mind making fun of myself. I'll make fun of myself on stream, but there's a lot of self-embarrassment as a part of the culture. It's just social media culture, and they want you to post all the time. You should post every day. You're not posting this. It's like, you know what? I'm not doing that. That's not my personality. That's not my spirit. And I already sent y'all enough fail, and I'll do a decent amount of posting, but I'm not gonna live and die by it and just drive myself crazy because life is too short. Child, too short. Got it. The only reason I even started checking Instagram was because motherfuckers would send me reels. Shout out to Richard and Kai. They would send me reels, and I didn't understand the whole culture behind reels and shit like that. And they would send them to me, and then I realized how to send them. So now I spam people with reels. That's the only reason. And if mainly person I talk to is Richard. If he got off of Instagram tomorrow, I'd probably be off of it again. And I'm, you know. They got social media. I don't know what the social media policy at work is, but regular me doesn't have any social media. Only Vigilante Williamson does. He's not a real person. So it's just a name I made up. It's not real. Jesus Christ. I think I got an idea. Oops, that's not it. But that's crazy about social media policies at work. What the fuck? It's I you know. Oh, yeah, Blaze. You can. I get it now. Fucked up. But like, I don't know. Oh man. Yeah, I don't see the point of giving anyone at work your social media either. Oh, that's a real one. Okay. But I would never give nobody at work anything. I don't want people at work to know me. Now, I'm blessed that it's a different climate. Man, I used to work in some offices that really, you know. What the heck? What the fuck? Any button I hit, it just goes forward and. What? If I jump, it jump off. Oh my goodness. This chick has their Facebook page open under their name, just open. That's crazy. You know, the 90s, early 2000s, internet doesn't exist anymore. Ooh, that's the scary. You know something that makes that even crazier, Tree Rock? Apparently, libraries, they're getting rid of books. So, I mean, you're talking, we had this Mandela effect. You're talking about history being rewritable. Imagine AI, you seeing Lincoln talk to you. We already got AI fucking Martin Luther King as a WWE star. So, I mean, the internet we know is dying. This is dying. This era of internet is dying. The social media era is dying. A lot of people aren't even on social media. Think about this. Oh my goodness, what the hell? Every button. Is there a clue? No, I'm not skipping shit. You was in a local library a few weeks ago. Whole section of shelves gone. Yeah, libraries are getting rid of books. That's not Orwellian or not. So, I mean, you're going to have the entirety of the way life is experienced rewritten. It died in about 2012, yeah, but we didn't realize it. But just think about how social media is. You used to, one of the big things is you were on social media for other humans. Now you're on social media as an entertainment source. It's only people who are trying to sell you something on social media, myself included. Whether, oh, I do music. Oh, I'm funny. Oh, I do skits. Oh, I'm trying to be a social media personality, an influencer. And here's the reels and here's the stuff. But you're not, I don't see any social media on my page that's about, hey, I just went to, even though it was annoying and stupid, people used to post their dinner and shit. Oh, I just went to this restaurant. I just went. That's not even what social media is anymore. Script, man, content on YouTube. YouTube dying. And this may be my last level. And we may be getting out of here because I'm getting very frustrated on what to do. Because every button I push, you just go forward. And I can't even slightly. When the super chats, I feel like super chats. Oh, wait, can I keep jumping? Maybe that's it. Oh, goodness. How was I supposed to know this shit? Oh, man. That took forever. I feel like super chats was like 29. I feel like around the pandemic. That's the first time I remember seeing super chats. Maybe it was the 2019 because it kind of blends in the end of 2019. But I remember like around the pandemic.
What is a home
and it's funny.
It's a service plan that helps cover
because
YouTube's parts of your home systems and appliances break down due to
social media killed the internet we knew. AI is going to do the same to this version.
At ahs.com.
Yeah. I don't know how much of an active participant I'm going to be in the next version of the internet, man. Oh, jeez. Not going to lie. Can I not? Oh, this is all I can do. Jeez. I don't remember my shorts. That was, I feel like after the pandemic, shorts came a thing. But YouTube, it wants to compete with everything. It wants it to be everything but what it is. And it's made it something it's not. You know what I'm saying? Shorts was a response to TikTok. Live streams was a response to Twitch. And now I don't feel like YouTube, I don't know what YouTube wants to compete with. They still want to compete with TikTok and Instagram Live because that's why they do the vertical streams. Those to compete with like social media live streaming where people stream from their phones, which is why it's a different algo. Oh man, you can't. Ooh, fuck. It's totally screwed the algorithm. The algorithm is completely jacked up. And you know, I was getting a little organic love off of those vertical streams, and maybe I would if I did more of them. I kind of stopped because it seemed like they stopped showing love. So I'm like, well, ain't no point in doing these. So, I mean, YouTube and Google wants to compete with everybody and want to be all things to everybody, and now they're no things to no. They want to be all things to everybody, and now they're no things to no one, basically. Oh, jeez. Oh boy. So.
What is a home warranty? It's a service plan
Sure,
that
so
helps
lower
cover
quality,
costs
yes,
when
less
parts of your
space
home systems and
to
appliances
stare,
break down
to
due
share,
normal wear
to
and tear.
store,
Learn
and
more
share.
about
But yeah,
American Home Shield
less
home
space.
warranties at
And listen, there is something even with the profitability on YouTube. Anything that needs a shitload of servers, profitability is going to be an issue.
It's a service plan that helps cover costs when parts of your home systems and appliances break down due to normal
The
wear and tear.
adpocalypse was a huge thing, 2017. The algo has never been the same. I missed the 2010s YouTube. That's the YouTube I fell in love with. And it'll never be that again. We'll never get that again. And I don't even know if we'll get a new platform to give us something similar. Problem live servers game, yeah. You need servers. And people forget about servers because we tend to take server space for granted because a lot of it doesn't, Google Cloud doesn't cost you anything, or the Google Drive. A lot of shit doesn't cost you. They have so much free stuff for the consumer, but there's still a cost. Somebody's got to pay, because even if it's just the internet, it's somewhere on the internet. There's a physical server that has to load this content from somewhere. No matter what it is, it's a physical server where all this code is, and it's able to run this game. And there's a server where even these streams are being cached in, so you can, potentially watch it in. 2010 YouTube did not have any mainstream. I'll take the whole 2010s up until we started, the adpocalypse, and you started to see all the bullshit. Jesus. So, if somebody wanted to bring a platform but I mean, we got the powers that everything is so fucking consolidated that I don't see it coming back. If there's anything I see the popularity of the internet really falling off something crazy, because people fell in love with the versions of the internet that they fell in love with, whether it was the older one, or even if you fell in love with this current TikTok version, whatever. It's just, I don't see, Jesus Christ. Once social media died, once it's just watching a bunch of AI content's not that good. It's not that interesting. I don't have much of an interest. Remember the adpocalypse when I was 15, making us feel old. I just don't think I couldn't tell you how much of an interest everyone else is gonna have, and maybe but I feel like social media itself is already dying from a lack of interest, and lack of it's not social media. It's just another form of entertainment. That's you can argue better than modern entertainment, American Home Shield, and we're probably gonna get out of here in a minute. I'm sick of playing this fucking game. But I don't know. I'm not gonna act like a future. I'm a genius and I know what the future holds. I don't fucking know, man. Jesus Christ. It's controlled and censored, and it's so over controlled and censored, it's losing its appeal. And I mean, right now it's just coasting off of the past reputation and the past established popularity of social media. But like, I mean, when's the last time you've been on Facebook? And I've I can't remember the last time I've been on Facebook. And I wouldn't be on Instagram if not for people who send me reels and I send reels to. And that's not the original social media. Not saying that was so great seeing what everybody ate and seeing, everyone's trip. But that's what it was. It was like a thing that people did. They post pictures of stuff they like and stuff they love and stuff they were into and doing. And that seems to be there. Okay, this is a good enough time to end this, or at least end the gaming part. It's getting obnoxious. So I don't know. I don't know how long we as people are going to be in the social media. Who remembers Facebook? YouTube is coasting because of monopoly. Absolutely. Yeah, I ditched Facebook in 2014. Really, I ditched it in 2012. I reactivated like in 2013. Didn't really use it 2014. I just got rid of it completely. The last time I tried to make a Facebook was a few weeks ago because I was again trying to do Meta ads, and for some reason it blocked me and it won't let me do Facebook. So I'm like, all right, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just only do YouTube and TikTok ads. What the fuck ever. And I'm only going to do those when I have music videos. I figure like that's just simpler. So to keep my mind simple, and I'm not going to spend a ton of money, but just a little thing to do. I don't see the use and utility in social media, and I don't see that it's being widely as adopted as it once was. I remember in 2019 being in the office and, one of the guys saying, oh man, this girl I'm talking to, I don't have an Instagram, and she thinks that's weird that I don't have an Instagram. I'm thinking, damn, that's crazy. But now I don't think it's so weird. I don't think, now 6-7 years later, I did not mean to do that. As we get into 2026, I don't think it's as big of a deal. I don't think people would look at you as crazy for not having a social media nowadays. I don't know why anybody is on Twitter. Apparently, this goes for you guys, you Cubians. Apparently, Black Twitter is not black or American. So that apparently was all Jeets, according to. Didn't they recently do like some location thing on Twitter? Is Substack doing okay? I always wondered how that was going to work. Like I thought it was a good idea, Substack, but I was like, are people going to adopt it? Especially, pay, because the whole blogging thing got out of style, but I'm like, there's still like a need for some of what this was, and I hope it works out. You know what I'm saying? And then they had Medium show up not too long ago. Yeah, it's more like newsletters and more like I don't know if blogging is even the right thing. I look at it as a place for independent media to grow. As far as independent text-based media. Did the right wingers go on Substack? I think there's a decent leftist presence on Substack as well. Unless you're talking about Twitter. I know a lot of right wingers use Twitter. I don't think LiveJournal and Blogger and all that stuff. None of that really blew up. You had individual blogs, but I look at that a lot fonder as a music fan. Shout out to the blog era of music, of independent music, where a lot of independent hip hop and indie bands and stuff like that got popular. There's leftists there pretty too. Yeah, I think Substack. I thought of it as just a who writes you have to read. Well, there is still, there's 300 million of us in this country, plus 300, 400 million, and there's 8 billion of us. We all ain't on the same level. There is still a demand for people who still read. Granted, a lot of it is trashy porn novels, but for everyone else, you still want to keep up with stuff. You still have I don't think the written word is dead. I think there's still a market for it. There's still a market for a lot of things that may not be as mainstream popular as they once were, but there's still a sizable, because there are so many people, still a sizable market for it. People still want to have physical media. People still want to see human thought and what humans think about certain concepts. People still want it. It's a free speech platform, so it makes sense. A lot of more spicy people went there. Yeah. And you could do a lot. I mean, can't you charge for your Substack if you want? And I think it's a cool platform. I dislike Reddit Never understood that site. I was a Reddit guy. I like Reddit just and I still kind of like it as a if you're looking for information on something, it's just a forum. There were a trillion Reddits in the 2000s. There were a trillion different forums. And all Reddit did was take the forum concept and consolidate it all to one site. So you could have, whether you had a forum talking about bodybuilding, a forum talking about music, a forum talking about makeup, a forum talking about whatever, sports. Now they're all on one site and they're all different sub forums of the main. Yeah, Reddit's been retard central for a while. I still sometimes will use Reddit if I'm like, even this week I was looking up different plugins and shit. So if it comes into Reddit, I'll look in there and see if there's anything useful. But I'm not, who does get Reddit? And that's another concept. These trends die. Get Reddit with me videos. Remember, I just play a game. Remember when Let's Play was the big thing? And everybody became which that led to eventually everybody being a fucking Minecraft guy and all that shit. But yeah, I Reddit was just a forum. But then Reddit had its own culture. Is Let's Play still out there? See, shout out to Let's Play. I remember it was a whole thing to try to stream games. Reddit has become retard central, unfortunately. And I mean, Reddit and Discord, which I have a Discord. I never got into it. Hey, Richard, I'm alive too. I don't know why I'm still up. I got to be at work in like 5 hours. You just missed most of a stream. I'll probably still be here for a little bit. Feds and kids ruin 4chan too, yeah. Shout out to 4chan and 8chan. Yeah, nobody goes anywhere to get ready for it, exactly. Nobody goes anywhere. There's no more. Club life is dying. Everything. We're in a great reset. A lot of it's us though. We're resetting things, man. We're resetting things. I don't think social media. Don't be sorry, bro. There was an 8chan. It might still exist. I don't think social media is gonna. I feel like all their plans are not gonna work. Some of them will. But like the AI shit, I say it's overblown. Maybe they're just too early for where AI is gonna be. Maybe in 20 years, and maybe maybe what they're doing is using the hype of it to set up the infrastructure. So for when it is at its peak, 20 to 30 years from now, whatever that is, 10 years from now, 5. I'm not gonna act like I know the number. I'm not that good at predicting, but I think it's at least 10 years old. But whatever it is, then it's ready. They're readying the infrastructure for when it's actually Skynet. Right now, it's just a crying server in Google. It's a server that wants to kill itself right now, so it's not quite ready for prime time. Oh man, I remember Yahoo Tree Rock, Yahoo AOL. There's a 16chan. I didn't know that. Nobody on nobody there likes that number. But man, I remember I used to play spades on Yahoo. Shout out to Yahoo, your Diddy-chan. Shout out to Yahoo, shout out to AIM. Those were the days. But yeah, that was cool. It was cool because you would meet people. That was the first way of meeting people across the country and planet that you never knew. It was cool. It was so novel, and now we take it for granted. But I do kind of miss that novel, naive early internet. But things come in cycles. I feel like social media. I think the days are numbered because it's become less social and it's more media than social. To catch a predator, yeah, they sure did use AOL a lot. But it's become more media, less social. I don't feel like people really like AI slop. You have a lot of people who will tolerate it, but I don't think it's really liked, right? I don't know, man. We already talked a little bit before you got here. Peer-to-peer stuff. Shout out to BearShare. It is interesting to look at how like memes pre-social media existed. Like we all would see the same video. Like we all saw 2 Girls, 1 Cup. Don't look it up. Even though there was like no real social media to push it. I remember Yahoo, Ask Jeeves, all these different search engines. It was a different time. It was a more innocent, more naive, less corporate time. Who's we of a certain age? If you're over 30, you saw 2 Girls, 1 Cup, but I would not look it up. Please don't. It's a fucking nightmare. People probably staying at home. They don't want to get lit on fire on the train. Is that a thing? Jeez. I mean, just the cost. The cost of going out is too fucking expensive. The cost of everything. First website you actually visited was YouTube. Shout out to YouTube. The first one I visited was like Google or AOL or something. I don't know. Not Google, like Yahoo or something. Or AOL. I can't remember. Shout out to Levy Middle School when I was in the library. It was my first time really using the internet. But I don't know. I feel like shout out to Adobe Flash. Yeah, I do remember when I ran on Adobe Flash. But I don't see entertainment's like dead now. It's dying in every conceivable way. Like if they're gonna make streaming shows for people who are not even paying attention to the shows because they just think everybody is all 6'7", skibbity red, skibbity toilet, and they're only making for people who they're making post brain rot media. They're gonna make worse shows. They're already spending all this money. See how much brain rot has already gotten to me. All this money for these shows. There is no way of monetizing it. They're not profitable. It's like a massive bubble that has to pop. Like this, there's so many massive zits in this country. Whether it's the AI bubble, the entertainment bubble, they have to pop. The housing bubble. Shout out to Hotmail. Shout out to SoulSeek. Wow. Might start using it again for music sharing. Might become a necessity again. I feel like a lot of people are starting to we're starting to see, as soon as I get on Spotify, people are talking about getting off of it. I mean, they've been talking about it for a while. There's different little alternatives popping up. You still have, even though there is some push to get to support the artist from some people, you still have everybody, Spotify. Here's my Spotify rap. I only just started using Spotify a couple weeks ago when my project dropped. And I made like a playlist so I can put my music on the playlist with other synthwave artists. I don't even use Spotify like that. I still use YouTube to listen to more music. I'm trying to get in the habit just to, do it, but it's like, it's not, I know for a certain generation, for millions and millions of people, Spotify has been the main way they have gotten most of the music they have gotten the past 10, 15 years. But as an old fart, it just isn't for me. It just isn't. Let me get your comments. Sorry if I missed a ton. I'm rambling. Isn't said try to you remember? I was 3 or 4 and it was a Megazord toy review. Shout out to toy reviews. SoulSeek is great. I hope it's still going. And yeah, like I said, it might be used again for music sharing. I remember Flash. Shout out to Flash. How long we've been live? It's about 2 hours. Internet Archive did a terrible job of preserving that old internet of the 90s and 2000s. Most of it is lost. That sucks. I do know of Little Tekka, but I'm not big with his music. But I mean, I have a SoundCloud too. I don't think SoundCloud had that wave in the late 10s, mid 10s. I think that's on purpose. Unfortunately, we got terabytes of music from SoulSeek. Holy shit. Yeah, people do still use SoundCloud. I still have it. I mean, I posted on it. I still everything I have everything on YouTube. I have everything on SoundCloud. I have everything on Bandcamp. So, and of course Spotify. trying to do whatever to get this music going. I really just want people to hear it at this point. So we'll see what we do with the second project. I'm not gonna put too much pressure. Hopefully it'll still be out the next few weeks. If it's not, it'll be out in fucking January. I never used it a ton though. SoulSeek, I think it was like Napster, or like shout out to Kazaa, BearShare, shout out to DatPiff. There was something else that apparently replaced DatPiff that is already gone. I forgot what it was. I saw somebody doing a retrospect of some other mixtape service that I never heard of. Your email address will be 20 years old next year. Holy shit. I don't know how old my email is. Winamp ?tree is P2P, peer-to-peer. What was it called? And I never even heard of it. I missed out on it. Cause I'm not young. That piff. Shout out to that piff. I miss that piff. Cause I used to. Is it still around? I used to download and stream mixtapes through that piff. What was the other thing? Oh man, I can't remember what's the shit that was called that was replacing it. Oh well. Never used Napster. I think I may have used Napster once. How is Firefox? I still use Firefox. Old fuckers like me. That's how. Old motherfuckers like me. Still use Firefox. I got Chrome too. But, that's why. Old people exist too. We still exist. That's how. Shit. 'Cause I still use Firefox. It's poorly updated. Fair enough. It still does the job. I don't use Internet Explorer. Firefox still works. I just, sometimes I do have issues with things and I have to use Chrome, but for the most part, everything works on Firefox. So it's, not that big of a deal. Not that big of a deal. But it's going to be interesting to see how this entertainment and just how life in general works out long term. I don't see, I don't see this Netflix buying WB thing being profitable. And I know maybe it doesn't have to be because they can just use... It's so crazy, the different world, the corporate world of the big-time corporations. They live in a totally different planet than the rest of us. Like, the certain basic economic things don't matter. Supply and demand don't matter. Profitability doesn't matter. They have the balls of Wall Street. They have the balls of... the globalists, and so they're never going to be allowed to fail. They're going to keep pumping money in this AI stuff, even though profitability doesn't show for that. Doesn't matter. These look like economic bubbles that should pop, but they should have already popped. And who knows if they actually will. It's all a scam, and I don't see entertainment getting better. So we have to be the entertainment. Like that's been a thing. And it's getting realer because I'm like, all right, games don't come out, and they're getting more and more expensive, and we don't own them. Less people are going to buy games. Movies, nobody wants to pay for the movies, and you don't own anything because nobody, there's collectors that use physical media, and I think more and more people, I see more and more people going into pirating. But they're still trying to at least put it on the hard drive. Fill up a hard drive with movies. Fill up a hard drive with stuff. But I'm starting to see that. You are starting to see that. Because otherwise, you rely on streaming. Only God knows if you'll pay $100 a month for all these different streaming services and not have anything to watch. Not own anything. I don't think Netscape. How is Twitch not able to make money? I don't know. Well, Twitch, I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with Twitch recently. You would think with the streamer popularity, they would be rolling in dough. I mean, with just streamers have become one of the more popular entertainment sources. And yeah, you have the ethos. I don't know. I don't know how Twitch isn't making money. I think it's because of just how expensive it is to run. I remember, even though everybody hates them now, Pirate Software was estimating how expensive he thought everything on Twitch was for the amount of revenue that's coming in. So I don't know. But I mean, they don't help themselves. Like, I get that even with this platform, right? The cost of what it costs for this stream to be hosted, that's now 2+ hours of content, and you have to host it on the server, and only God knows how many gigs it is, and for it to all work, I get that costs a lot of money. But even though we just saw a bunch of ads because of that stupid site, there was no ads running on this stream. They didn't give me any of that money. They didn't make any money off of this stream. They didn't monetize the stream for itself. So some of that is its own, they're their own worst enemies, because they also don't, the discoverability algorithms on, let's just take Twitch and YouTube, they're not really optimized. So you have a lot of content being posted up every day that has no ability to ever get you profitable. And you're still going to have to pay for it if you're YouTube or Twitch, even with, the parent companies of Google / Alphabet and Amazon owning God knows how much physical server space. There's still no profitability. So that's why the older algorithm, where things were more discoverable, made more sense, because it was like, okay, if somebody's going to post a fucking stupid video of them playing with their dog, let's run ads on it and give a portion to the motherfucker who posts the video. So that way we don't have to pay to constantly have content funneling to our site. But then they got bougie and got posts, political and everything, and only wants a certain amount of people and on that certain demographics. They want makeup videos, if that's still a thing. I don't know. That was a thing a while ago. Corpo videos. They just want to be corpo bitches, and it's like, well, you're still going to have somebody post a dog video that's not going to go anywhere if you don't show it to anybody. And you'll never make any money off if you don't show it to anybody. So they're shooting themselves in the foot by gatekeeping discoverability and only pushing the bigger corporate-backed crap, and then being, kind of gay for pay, where the only way they'll push you is if you are going to spend some money with them. Kick is getting more popular. I mean, we're streaming on Kick and Twitch now. I've seen, we've been streaming on, think about this. We have streamed on Kick and Twitch regularly for 2 years. I have 34 followers on Kick. I have 25 followers on Twitch. It has never picked up. I have streamed countless hours to both platforms while streaming to YouTube. Rarely will get, shout out to dog videos. Yeah, shout out to Rampage Jackson. He has become one of the biggest streamers on Kick. People are moving there. Yeah, Rampage is actually, believe it or not, he's fucking hilarious on there. And yeah, they were trying to pull a bunch of popular streamers, and I think they finally are starting to succeed. They're starting to get a little bit of market share. And I mean, listen, they've been around for a while. I've been streaming to them for a while. But I mean, neither one. I have no idea how you get discovered as a streamer. I have no idea how you get people to watch your content as a streamer. I have no idea. That's why I'm just throw ads behind music videos and hope. I have no clue. Rat King, who's Rat King? But I mean, shout out to, I will give Twitch this. They used to have a requirement where you had to only stream to Twitch. And they stopped that. That's when I stopped doing. Asmongold. Okay. So I have been on YouTube 5 years. I've been on Twitch really that entire time because I used to try to simul stream. Back when I had what's that shit, StreamYard, you used to be able to simul stream to Twitch, I believe. And I used to have stuff on Twitch as early as 2021, though I've only been consistently doing it a couple years. 2 years. You know what I mean? And then even a lot of those followers, I mean, most of those followers came from hopping on other people's shows and say, hey, please stream, please, please support my channel. And then I switched up my content. And so I don't know how many of those followers are still here. So Asmongold is the Rat King. I don't really watch a ton of, I know who he is. I don't watch a ton of his stuff. I know he's like weird though. Like doesn't he not drink water or clean up or anything or something like that? And even still, it's been over 2 years. I know that much. Whenever they stopped that rule is when I started simul streaming. Yeah, it's fucking woke. Unfortunately, that was me. And what a big waste of time that was. I guess you gotta grow. Gotta start somewhere. Everything's woke. So what, man? So what? Short of Asmongold talking about he's showing his earrings. He's showing his earnings. That's 6 figures a month on Kick alone. God damn. Does Twitch and Kick have an AI or is it like Rumble? I don't know how this works. I know I'm on both. When did Twitch change that rule? Let me see. I'm trying to find out when that rule stopped. I want to say whenever that rule stopped. When did that rule stop? I'm not sure. Listen, I wish my streams were more popular. If this became a money source, that'd be fucking great. Part of it's me. If I was better at or hire someone exclusively to edit things and edit, and maybe I should look into an editor. Maybe I should still look into it, man. Maybe I would be doing better. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Clearly, I don't know how to get traction on the internet. I just hope this shit is entertaining to you guys. I hope you guys like this shit. I appreciate you guys still show up for this shit. Only God knows if anyone outside of you guys will ever know that I exist. If it doesn't happen, it is what it is. It's still fun. Gotta do it for the love of the game. So it looks like it's been 3 years since they stopped the simultaneous streaming. So it's been 3 years. There used to be a rule you couldn't simul stream on Twitch, or you weren't supposed to. You could have an issue. You can be banned. So at least it looks like it's been 3 years since that rule has been changed. So whenever that was, that's when I started. So I may have been on this platform for 3 years. I edit, do VSDC. I just don't be having the time, man. I don't have the time to go through these streams. And then anytime that I've ever tried to edit, like when I watch the streams back, I'm like, this ain't that fucking funny. And none of this shit deserves to be a clip. And then I just spent a couple hours watching an old stream that I already did. You know what I mean? Because that's why I ended up not doing more of that. Like, oh, clips is what make you popular. Clips is what blow you up. But I don't. When I end up going back, I'm like, this shit ain't that funny. So it's like somebody else is gonna have to do it because I can't find any funny content out of this shit. I never got the PewDiePie thing either. What is this? This Rampage. Okay, I'll check this out. But then we're probably gonna get out of here because it's super late. I may stream again tomorrow. I want to stream more. Maybe I should prioritize discoverability. We'll see. Like I said, I do want to run ads on videos, but it would be nice to be more discovered. It'd be nice to have a few more people in there, and maybe I'll try the streaming again. That was awesome.
Game
Vertical.
You didn't think I would notice you.
How you doing?
I'm doing better now. I know that you the nigga that be calling me Diddy Booty Jackson in chat.
Only sometimes. But not now. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, not in my face, son.
It's a great night.
It was a great night.
Thank you for putting up such a great night.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. How I feel to have Diddy Booty Jackson in your motherfucking face, nigga.
Feels kind of good. What?
One thing I will say with Rampage and stuff.
Hey, G Rampage in the chat.
I don't know. I feel like Rampage and stuff has just like a lot of streamer stuff, which I think the end of the world just has that still on stage feel. But it is what it is. And on that bombshell, we're gonna get out of here. It's time to end. I appreciate anybody watching this live or on the playback. Thank you all for being supportive of this shit, 5+ years in. No interest in watching any of that shit for our streams go. Watch, who's Enzo? Oh, Enzo Amore. Matt, AJ, Zax, Enzo. That's more than enough, fair enough. VDSC. I use, what do I edit with? DaVinci Resolve. It works. But a couple more on occasion. That's it. Kid didn't like it. Never watched. Saw he wanted life, moved to Japan. Is that what happened in PewDiePie? All right, peace out, Fizz. We're gonna get out of here in a second. Since I'm not doing that shit, I feel guilty screaming to a mic, damaging someone's hearing. Still hanging around with Joe. Yeah, I think that's a skit. I don't know. In event, I'm about to call it a night. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. If you like the video, please like the video. If you're so obliged to share and subscribe, please do that. And even if you do none of these things, thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. How do I end this shit? What do I say? Thank you for your time. Wait. I forgot my outro. Peace. I'm sleeping. I don't know. I'll hopefully remember it next time. Whatever it is, that's what it is. Peace.